Let's get into our top three, bottom three, and all this. Let's start top three. We'll switch off, one on, one off. So you give me your first guy on your top three. Should we rank them? Let's rank them, Keegan. Give me your number three of your top three. This is what I'm doing.
Number three?
I'm producing and hosting on the fly.
Okay, I'll go Marcus Jones. I mentioned him earlier. I kind of gave my spiel already, but just a guy who's everywhere you need him to be at all times. Really stepped up for them. He transforms the way they play defense.
Yeah, I like that. My number three on my top three, I just mentioned him, Joey Sly. Went out, did his job, executed. Honorable mention, I'm cheating here. I will go Jacoby Brissett. Those 2 third-down drives on the last scoring possession of them, they would have won 13-10 anyway, whatever. But you're executing and moving the chains on third down. So, you know what? Hand in hand, I'm pivoting. Joey Sly and Jacoby Brissett together are my number three on my top three. Who's your number two?
Number two, I'll go with Rhamondre. Just, he was awesome, and maybe I'm cutting him short a little bit, but
I think you are.
I think there's one player who had a bigger impact than he did in the game, but he was phenomenal. I think even more off the field on the sideline to make the change, being like, I don't want to run zone. I want to run the gap scheme, and that was a huge difference. So Rhamondre, number two. Probably
our 1 and 2 are flipped. I'm going Keion White with my number two of my top three in this game. I mean, 2.5 sacks, all those hurries, all those pressures, just dominating at the defensive line. And that's football like in its essence and in its simplicity of they won at the line of scrimmage on both sides. Keion White was by far their best defender today, in my opinion. And when you beat Joe Burrow and you never let him or this offense get going, as talented as they are. And again, I'll say one more time we looked at the Patriots in this game as saying, well, their weakness is the Bengals run defense. Can you take advantage? This is a rookie offensive coordinator. Zach Taylor's still doing the thing, but Dan Pitcher elevated from QB coach to OC. Like, again, that's something you have to take advantage of before the Bengals and Dan Pitcher get their legs under them. And the Patriots did just that. So credit to the defense. Keion White is my number two best player in today's game.
And he's my number one. I mean, he is... I think I'm just kind of confirming my own bias a little bit with this, but like every time somebody asks me about a player to watch for this year, I would yell from the mountaintops, Keion White. I think he has a chance to be like Myles Garrett level good. And that's a lot, especially for a second year guy, but he can be a top 10 pass rusher in the NFL. And it's not just rushing the passer, but his ability to play against the run, his ability to play all over the defensive line. Like he's not up there yet. He might not ever get there, but I think he can get close. Maybe not get close, but he can get in the conversation. Now you got me walking myself back.
Dude, you compared Keion White to Myles Garrett. I just want that to be like insane. Said.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I take it back.
I remember, die on your sword. I just remember I was in, I think I was like around the Point in Salem, I think over the course of the summer. And I was getting a lobster roll. At this point, I was probably having like a nice ice cold beer. And out of nowhere, I think in the distance, I heard Keion White's going to be a defensive player of the year. And I was like, is that Keegan? And I'm like, I know I'm in Salem, and Keegan is a proud Salem native. And I was like, it can't be, but thank you for confirming that. It was a weird summer day. I thought the heat was getting to me. But no, it's Keion White is Myles Garrett.
Every day I wake up, I walk out onto my deck, and I just scream Keion White's name. Just maybe he'll hear me one day. I need everybody to know that that's the first thing I think about when I wake up in the morning.
What is Keion White doing today? When... Not if will he get in the Hall of Fame. Like, will it be first ballot or second? Right. That's what you think first of Keion White.
Right.
That's what
I will say he posted an Instagram after the game. I don't know if you see the guy on TikTok who's a Bengals fan and he talks about his outfits. He's just kind of a weirdo. Keion White put that at the end of his Instagram. Great troll job. I don't think the Patriots have had enough of that over the years. We need a little edge on this team. Mm-hmm. I really like the way he approaches things. He's sneaky online, Keion White.
Yeah, he's a very introvert, like kind of to himself guy. Like comes in anytime you see him, very serious look on his face. You see him in the locker room, just like kind of to himself, doesn't smile much, very serious. But with that, man, I love that. Low key online. I like the trolls. I especially like trolling any weirdos out there. I don't know who his Bengals guy is. Keegan, I take your word on it. I'll send it to you. I hope he trolls the Boomer Doom guys next, except for the Rizzler. The Rizzler's my guy. My number one player in today's game, Rhamondre Stevenson. I hit on it. Very minimal negative plays. Only one carry that didn't go anywhere. 4.8 yards per rush. 25 carries, 120 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, just dominated this game, dictated the offense, and sealed the win for them. His best moments came when the Patriots needed him the most, and I think that is so important, which not every NFL player has, but he did. He did. I know there was a scare of that fumble. It was recovered. But Rhamondre Stevenson, I mean, you look at this offense, Keegan. You went with Keion White as a future Hall of Famer. I mean, and it's not crazy to say Rhamondre Stevenson's their best player on offense. We'll see the growth of Pop Douglas. We'll see the growth of Jalen Polk. We'll see the growth of Jacoby Brissett and KJ Osborne, because on money downs, he was targeting KJ Osborne early and often.
Right.
But Rhamondre's their best player on offense, and he did as so and won them a game. He iced the game for them, and I think that's so crucial.
I know you're an O-line guy, so I will throw in Mike Onwenu is still the best player on the offense. It doesn't matter if he doesn't get to touch the ball. He's still their best player. Rhamondre is close, though. I think he said after the game, or maybe it was Jacoby Brissett who said, Gerard Mayo views him as a top 5 running back. He thinks he is one of the very best in the league, and I think they're going to utilize him that way. So if you give him the opportunity, who says he can't go and reach that status? So I agree with you 100%.
I completely agree. And you're right. I am a O-line guy, and that's going to bring us into our bottom 3. So we're going to list them. Let's go 3 to 1. Out of the 3 worst players for the Patriots today, who do you think was their 3rd worst player? Yes, that made sense.
I brought him up earlier, Marco Wilson. I noticed him on 2 snaps, and I shouldn't have noticed him is the issue. If I never notice a cornerback, it's great news.
It's a good thing.
He goes out, he gets beat for a slant that gets dropped, so he got lucky. And then on the next play, holding call that sets, I think it was a 25, 30-yard penalty for Cincinnati on their only touchdown drive. It moved them from the 10-yard line
up to the 30. It was a 20-yard penalty, yeah.
20-yard penalty. So really bad, you can't be put in a spot like that. And obviously you're going to want the hold so he doesn't make a huge play, but having to put him out there and then having it end up like that, it was a clear kind of display of maybe the depth in the secondary isn't what we thought it was.
Yeah, Marco Wilson was a guy that kind of showed flashes in the preseason. Yeah. So, and it was is he the cornerback too? I don't know if the Patriots have that answer yet. But if Duggar, Peppers, Jalen Hawkins, Christian Gonzalez continue to play the way they do, they can get that answer. I'm cheating here. Not going exactly on the field, and I'll say it's because I had Marco Wilson as my 3rd worst as well because of the same things you pointed out. 3rd worst performer today from the Patriots, I'm still going to go at Elliott Wolf because you don't have a left tackle, and it's showing, and it could have cost you the game. So that is my 3rd worst performer today from the Patriots. Who's your number 2 on bottom 3?
Chuks Okorafor. You can't get benched for a guy who's hurt. It's as simple as that. They didn't trust him over Vidarian Lowe. If you're at that level, then you're always going to be on the bottom players list. It's just they're in trouble moving forward, I think, because he just can't give them what they need at left tackle.
My 2nd worst player is Vidarian Lowe, and that's because Chuks is going to be my worst today. How early he got benched, I'll get more into that. But Vidarian Lowe steps in, still did not do a good job at left tackle. Credit to the play calling, credit to Jacoby Brissett moving around in the pocket. All the talk of everyone calling him a statue. Everyone said that. Continually. He's a statue. He can't move. He can't do this. Scrambled for first downs, got out of pressure, extended plays, threw it away. But a lot of that was Vidarian Lowe just selling him out and not doing any favors for his quarterback. So Vidarian Lowe is my number 2 on bottom 3. Who's your number 1 then? I'm surprised if Chuks is your 2. Who's your 1?
I'm flipping it on you. You give me yours because I have a surprise for my number 1.
Wait, I don't like that. Okay, well, wait, who's hosting this? Who? Okay.
I have to.
All right, you know what? I'll let you get that after you said that Keion White is a future Mount Rushmore of all time NFL players.
I'm going to get clowned anyway, so you at least give me this. That's all I need.
There is Keion White, there is Lawrence Taylor, and there's Andre Tippett, the 3 best pass rushers of all time. Chuks Okorafor is the worst player. You said it, what was it, 13 snaps? 6 of those being pass plays, and you get benched? Buddy, you were brought in, yes, as a swing tackle, and I know your experiences as right tackle, but you've been the guy at camp at left tackle now. It's been that way since Lowe went down. You can't make it past 13 plays? Are you kidding me? And you're a vet. You've played 6 seasons in the NFL. You need to get this done. But you know what? It's not only on him. That goes back to my number 3. Elliott Wolf. You still need to find a left tackle. A placeholder. Go. You should have signed Jonah Williams. $21.5 million. You have all this cap space. I get the rollover. Spend some now. And Jonah Williams would have been fine for this year and next. before Will Campbell or Kelvin Banks takes over. Chuks Okorafor, you're my number one. Bottom three. Who's your number one, Keegan? Now I'm intrigued.
I abstain. I won't give you another one because the Patriots are going to be so bad this year that we're going to have plenty of players to crap all over. In this game, where they beat a contender to go to the Super Bowl out of the AFC, you can't have a third. So I abstain from the third pick. I will leave number one empty. Next week, whenever the next time I'm on, I'll give you an extra one if they need it, but I'm holding it off for the future because I know it's about to get really, really bad for the Patriots. So give them something to be happy about this week.